Today on ELN Morning.
Conversations on DeJoy. The Student Government Association voting on a resolution tonight, reacting to ELN trustee Louis DeJoy's actions as Postmaster General.
Plus, future Phoenix performers, how going virtual is opening the pool of applicants.
And Homecoming Reimagined. Without in-person gatherings, concerts, food trucks, and more. Hear how one class of 2020 alumna is looking to make the most of this year's festivities.
Today, September 24th, 2020.
This is ELN Morning. Hello, welcome to ELN Morning. I'm Isabella Seman.
And I'm Jack Norcross. We begin this morning learning more about these latest coronavirus numbers. Let's take a look at these numbers here right now as we look to see a slow decreases across the state, but an increase here at school. After 4 days of new reported coronavirus cases below 13, yesterday the university reported 24 new coronavirus cases, the third largest single day high. There are now 115 active cases and 289 students in quarantine. The slight spike on campus comes as state cases begin to fall, as you can see here. Yesterday, North Carolina reported 952 new coronavirus cases. Now, as we enter the third full day under Elon University's designated high alert level, some changes noted on their published plan are not being implemented. The university's Ready and Resilient website states that Level 3 would involve changes, including dining halls using grab-and-go only and limiting access to some campus facilities. However, both of those things have yet to happen, as students, faculty, and staff can still dine indoors and facilities, including the gym, remain open. No facilities at this time have changed their policies despite what the Level 3 description states. So why isn't the university following their own guidelines? According to Ready and Resilient Chairman Jeff Stein, the university is looking to tailor its plan to, quote, specific contexts. One of those targeted examples, restricting guests from entering university-owned housing. For more information on Level 3, go to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com.
With the university at Level 3 high alert status, some professors are in constant communication with their students about their comfortability going into the classroom. Individual department chairs are still determining class attendance policies. However, under Elon's Ready and Resilient plan, a faculty handbook was published to guide them in handling student absences. Department Chair of Accounting Danny Lanier says he relied on the handbook to determine what attendance looks like this year. The new policy allows students to attend their classes remotely without penalty.
What we decided to do was define attendance, not so much in terms of being physically present in the room, but having a presence, whether it is physically in the room or attending via the Zoom.
Lanier says the new definition of attendance helps faculty and students adjust to the unique situation. Lanier says he has not noticed any leniency in students' attendance and feels as though his students genuinely want to be there when they are able to do so.
I would say that's, to me, it's probably no more frequent than if we were under normal circumstances. So I don't find that there is any sort of spike in opportunistic behavior because of this.
Faculty are notified via email if any of their students will be absent for an extended period of time due to COVID-19 concerns.
In order to participate in January term classes this year, students will need the flu vaccine. This year, the university will cover the cost of the vaccine if you receive it from one of the several flu shot clinics on campus throughout the fall semester. If you receive the shot off campus, the university will not cover the cost, but most are covered by insurance. To prove your vaccination, documentation will need to be uploaded to the Phoenix Health Portal before December 31st.
The Student Government Association is voting tonight on legislation calling on the Board of Trustees to have a conversation regarding trustee Louis DeJoy's recent decisions. Elon Class of 2022 Senator and author of the legislation, Andrea SHEETZ, joins us live now in the studio. Andrea, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Andrea, so let's get started. What is the goal of this legislation? What are you trying to achieve?
The goal of the legislation is really to kind of codify the student concerns about Louis DeJoy, communicate them to the board, and hold them accountable to talk about it and tell us what they said.
And now, Andrea, what you're asking is for them to take up a conversation about Louis DeJoy's membership with the Board of Trustees. What is your ultimate intentions? Would you like Louis DeJoy removed from the board?
That is not, as a student, I don't think that's mine to say. That belongs to the chair of the governing and nominating committee of the Board of Trustees. But I think it's my job as a senator to let the board know what students are saying and what they think. And ultimately what they do with that is up to them. But if that response is something that students aren't satisfied with, then I think we should respond to their response.
So, Andrea, going off of that, what is the purpose of them having this conversation?
I think right now, the board has not made any statement about Louis DeJoy, and I think for it to be such an issue to students, it was on the front page of our student newspaper. It was brought up several times at the BSU vigil that was attended by hundreds of students. Students are thinking about this, and I know many alumni have called on them, and for there to not be a response is really disheartening. And we just want to make sure that the board knows how students feel about this and that we're going to hold them accountable to at the very least listen, but hopefully do something more.
But what we've learned is that Louis DeJoy has made some of these changes and has reversed some of these decisions as well. Do you think there is anything that can be done at this point to kind of regain your trust or regain the student body's trust?
I'm sorry, Jack, the audio cut out a little bit. Could you repeat that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just asking if there's anything that you believe Louis DeJoy could do at this point to regain the trust of you or maybe the larger Elon community.
Personally speaking, I don't know that there is. He was called to roll back the changes. He did not do that completely. There was a court ruling on Friday that pretty much told him that he has not done it as much as he needs to. And personally speaking, no, there's not.
Andrea SHEETZ, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and best of luck as you take up this legislation tonight in SGA.
Thanks, Jack and Bella.
See if these gray skies are sticking around. I'll have your Phoenix 5-day forecast after the break.
Take that system down. That's exactly what a group of around 50 have been reciting at the Alamance County Courthouse this morning, Graham, after walking from the Center for Spiritual Learning just down the street. Early this morning to show their support for 9 arrested at the Never Again Alamance demonstration last November who walks into their trial this morning. They're calling for an end to Alamance County's collaboration with ICE and targeting of migrant and Latino communities, again with the county, but also across the country.
Knowing that there was a local sheriff's office that was totally complicit in this horrible system where children are dying and families are being separated at the border. These aren't rumors, these are things that we know are for sure have happened and are no longer willing to support a political system that enables an atrocity like this.
This comes the morning after protests took place there last night in the wake of Breonna Taylor's announcement. This was a woman in Louisville who was killed from police fire, but she has now, the officers in that case, only one was indicted on a charge not directly related to the killing.
For most Elon University applicants, the deadline is January 10th, but some hopeful performing art majors will know if they get an audition starting tomorrow. The added challenge? All auditions for incoming students are virtual. Each program has a different audition process, and students who pass the first audition will move on to interviews and virtual auditions with performing arts faculty. Coordinator for auditions and interviews, Kimberly Rippey, says holding the virtual auditions will not only be safer for everyone, but more efficient.
We really think that this will make it easier for the students because then they're not incurring any expense to come to campus for flights or hotel or things like that. So I think it makes it much more accessible for them. They may not have chosen to apply for
Applications for acting, musical theater, dance, and theatrical design and technology programs will continue through December.
Tonight, the Williamsburg Salsa Orchestra will be performing virtually in a video concert celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. The 11-piece orchestra puts a modern twist to traditional salsa music. The link to go to the concert will be live at eln.edu/cultural calendar at 5 p.m. All right, so we had a little kind of drizzly, a little misty here, Bella, as we walked in today. But our Whitney McDonnell is live on Citroen Plaza with the latest forecast. Whitney, good morning to you.
Thanks, Bella and Jack. As you might be able to see, it is raining a little bit outside behind me out here on Citroen Plaza, so might want to bring a raincoat with you on your way to class. That might continue throughout the morning. Later tonight, it looks like it'll stay pretty warm, but there is a slight chance of showers around 10 p.m., so watch out for that if you're walking home late. Now let's look ahead to your Phoenix 5-day forecast. This week looks pretty mild, but the raincoat won't be optional tomorrow. It'll be heavy rain with temperatures in the high 60s. This weekend looks sunny and warm, though, with temperatures nearing 80 and a humidity reaching 95%, so take advantage of that. And that's all for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Back to you in the studio.
Whitney McDonnell live on Citroen Plaza. Whitney, thank you. And ELN Morning continues right after this.
Instead of homecoming weekend this year, Elon is gearing up for a week of celebratory virtual events, and it's only 3 weeks away. Homecoming and Reunion Week is October 12th through the 18th, and it won't look like years past. Elon alumna Noor Irshadat says she's excited to attend these events that work with her schedule. After graduating in May, she says she wishes she could see her class in person, but she's excited about the alternative.
I think it's a really great way to just connect with everyone and just do something different. I mean, we've all gone through our kind of schedule of work or school, and just having the opportunity to connect with, like, I don't want to say our previous lives, but, you know, our Elon experience, I think it's just a great way.
Brian Feely says the university is saving money hosting virtual homecoming, but declined to provide exact numbers. To register for homecoming, go to elon.edu/alumni.
And Bella, that should really be a really exciting event, as I'm sure everyone is hoping to get together in some form or another, but we're looking forward to something new.
To seeing everyone virtual as well.
I think so.
And that's all the news we have for you today. Thanks so much for joining us.
For all the news when we are not on the air, visit our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, and follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Stay safe and stay healthy, and have a great weekend, Elon.